Hey everybody, this is Tony from Wired Up, and I'd like to run you through what the Pixel Perfect app does and some of the functions you can see within the app. The first thing I would say is please do use the Chrome browser if at all possible. We have seen with Safari and some other browsers you can get problems when trying to log into Shopify, particularly if you have more than one store. So if you do run into those problems, just give it a try with the Chrome browser. The second thing I'd like to say is if you want help or you get stuck, right up here in the app dashboard you can just click on the help button, fill in the form, and that will come through to our help desk. You can also mail us directly at support@wiredup.com. That is WYRED-UP.com, support@wiredup.com, and we'll get back to you hopefully within 24 hours. So what is the purpose of this app? How is it different than the Shopify integration? First of all, the Shopify integration is a one-size-fits-all. So no matter what your problem, the answer is it's the Shopify integration. There is no ability to tailor that. There is no advanced functionality with that. It is what it is. For a lot of stores that will be fine. For advanced marketers, not so much. And we'll go into detail with each of the settings in this app and explain a little bit what they do. And you can see why that is different than the Shopify integration. So the first thing to understand about the app is that it does not install any code onto your theme. That's a kind of truth. We install a template file for the product feed, but actually within your theme itself there is no code. That is done to a Shopify standard called script tag, and the reason for that is that when you uninstall it, it's a clean install. When you install it, it's a clean install. When you uninstall it, all code is removed. So it doesn't leave anything behind, doesn't add any additional code to your theme at all. All of that code is run on our servers. One of the other benefits of that is as we change the code, we change the app, it's very easy to deploy those changes to you. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to reinstall the app to get the latest version of it. That functionality will just appear for you. So we're going to have a look at the pixel settings and see what each of those do. First of all, you have the ability to switch off the pixels and use the product feed only. So if you want to use Shopify or another pixel solution, but you like our product feed, and we do have the best product feed in the business, you're able to turn off the Pixel Perfect pixel and just use the feed. That also allows you to check things and test things. Quite often you'll see multiple pixels on your store and you'll try and troubleshoot why that is. You can come in here and switch off the Pixel Perfect pixels, and then the other ones that you left with are pre-existing on your store. So they must come from an app or code in the theme or somewhere. So that helps troubleshoot with that. We also support the Pixel Perfect pixel, and we would recommend you use this to get the most out of the app. All of the functionality that we do is supported with this pixel. However, if you want to use the Shopify pixel and just our feed, you can do that by disabling Pixel Perfect's tracking, entering the pixel ID into Shopify, and using the Shopify pixel plus our feed. If you are going to use the Pixel Perfect pixel, please do not enter anything into online store and preferences where the Shopify pixel goes. If you do that, the app will double report, so please don't do that. Just use this app. You can enter your pixel ID here. There you go, just enter it into there. Save it and you're good to go. We do support up to 3 pixels in the app. You can put another one here and another one here, and you can select which events you want the pixel to work for. Normally you would select all of them. Some marketers only want it to work with some of them, for add to cart and purchase, for example. The reason for this is you could have multiple ad accounts, so you can have multiple pixels in here. Or you may want to split test your results against different ad accounts, and we'll show you some advanced tools and mechanisms for doing that a little later on. Do you want to include the product information with the pixel? Well, the default is to enable that. Without that button checked, you cannot run dynamic product ads. Some of you might not want to do that, and that's fine, but without this enabled, you can't run DPA. Enable custom event pixel and niche product feed. Enabling this box sends additional information with the pixel. It will send the product type, and if you have products tagged with a niche, it will also send that data with the pixel ID as well. Our product feed also ties in with this box, and not only will it send that information with the pixel, but it will also include that information with the product feed. That will allow you to create custom audiences, custom conversions, and custom product sets in your Facebook catalog based on niche information. An example of that would be a pet store that sells pet products, but also sells cat and dog. So rather than just have all the products in your product catalog, maybe you want to segment it out into just the cat products or just the dog products. And then you can show only dog products to a dog audience optimized by most likely to buy dog, and only cat products to a cat audience most optimized by people who want to buy cat. You can see how that is more powerful and will give a better result than showing all products to all people. Facebook will automatically try and trawl your site for metadata on the site. It gives Facebook a context as to what is happening on your store, what your store is, the sort of things you sell, the sort of people that view it. Some people have complained that that metadata will break their store and cause problems. So the default is to send it, but you also have the ability to turn that off if that causes problems on your store. Free shipping. Some people run the free plus shipping model, although that seems to be getting less these days. Normally, we will pass just the order subtotal. So that would be of an order of $15, for example, and $10 shipping. It would pass $15. So it would pass just the order subtotal and not the shipping. We do have the option to change that to pass the order total for free plus shipping. So $15 order plus $10 shipping costs would actually pass $25, and free plus shipping, where $0 because it's a free order and $10 shipping, would actually pass $10. Normally with the default it would pass $0 because the order value is $0. So we have the ability to select that or not. You can see back here where we support 3 pixels, pixel 1, pixel 2, pixel 3. Down at the bottom we also have the ability to control the amount passed. So this is a percentage typically. Normally you would want the main pixel to pass 100% of the order value. So a $100 order would pass value of $100. If you're going to split test across different ad accounts and different pixels, you could select pixel 2 to pass 50%, for example, and pixel 3 to pass 10%. So pixel 1 would pass $100, pixel 2 would pass $50, pixel 3 would pass $10. Why would you want to do that? Well, typically Facebook will charge you based on how much money it thinks you're making. So if you are making more money, it will charge you more. If you're making less money, it will charge you less. It's trying to encourage you to do better. So by split testing across 3 pixels and 3 ad accounts with different order values, you can see which one is most effective. And it may be that you want to put your money into pixel 2, that campaign, or pixel 1, that campaign, or the main pixel. And the results can vary, so you would need to test that to see which one is the most effective. But potentially you can halve, or by a factor of 10, cut the costs of your campaign by testing this way. Facebook requires the Google product category to be passed with the pixel. Why does it need this? The reason being that it has a common denominator now for description of your products, which it can share with other people. So where Facebook buys data from other people and includes that data for you to use in your adverts, it has a common description and a common understanding of what that data is. It also knows what your products are. For example, in my case, it's lingerie. Without this, it has no idea what your products are. So it's a way of Facebook better understanding your store and being more effective in who it advertises to. We'll go and have a look at the product feed settings here. Hopefully it'll load in a few seconds. And you can see the URL of your feed here, so you can go and create your product catalog using this feed URL. If you reinstall your theme, you can lose some of the code that generates the product feed. You can come here and you can restore that feed by just simply clicking this button. Also, from time to time, we will update the feed. And you can see here quickly and easily that if you have an outdated version, it will tell you, and it will prompt you to restore the feed code so you have the latest version. That is our way of rolling new functions, new features out. As Facebook changes things, adds things, we can roll those things out to you without having to reinstall the app. Do you want to include the variants in the product feed? Normally you would not do this. If you're selling t-shirts, for example, there's no point in having 3 or 4 images in a carousel ad of exactly the same shirt but with different sizes, or exactly the same shirt but with different colors. It weakens Facebook's learning of what you're trying to sell, and it removes your possibility of having to sell additional products in that carousel. So you should normally turn variants off. However, if you wish to use variants, you can enable that, but it may break your product feed with 1,000 products. So you should reduce that to say 250 or 500 in conjunction with enabling variants. Normally, Shopify has a limit of 250 products. We kind of cheat a little bit to get that up to 1,000 products in one feed. But if you enable variants, obviously 1,000 products can multiply by factors. So you should reduce the number of products there. Some people will use uppercase titles and descriptions. Facebook does not like this. It will throw errors saying it's all in uppercase, and it will reject those products. If you do want to use uppercase in your titles and descriptions, you can just enable this box and we will fix that in the feed for you automatically. Custom labels are supported automatically if you have the Google Shopping app by Shopify or the Google Sales Channel by Shopify. That app will include custom labels, and we can take those custom labels and we can pass them over to Facebook. We specifically use custom label 4 for passing niche data. So again, using the example of a pet store, if you tag your products with cat or dog, that information will be passed in custom label 4, and that will enable you to create product sets in your Facebook feed from that. We can automatically crop and center product images to 600 by 600. If you check this box, the images may or may not look correct, and the reason for that is because it's a best guess by computer. It's not done by hand, it's not done by a human being. The computer will just crop everything exactly the same. For some people that may work, for other people it may not. We have the ability to use external images, and for some customers it's important to be able to create lifestyle images for their product ads. So for their dynamic product ads, they want different images that have been made specifically for that purpose, and they want them different because they don't want to change the images in their store. So if you have external image hosting, so you have a hosting provider, your domain provider or whatever gives you a URL where they can host images, you can enter that here, and you can then select to use either the standard images within your store, the external images which you have located here, or you can tag products with external_image, and where products are tagged it will use the external image, and where they're not tagged it will use the standard image in the store. You also have the ability to select which collection that you want to sync. So if you don't want all of your products to be sent over to the Facebook catalog, you can create a collection of just the products that you do, and then select that collection here in order to sync it. Google product categories again allows you to set a Google product category for each collection. So as opposed to each product, if you have a general store, maybe you sell hardware, maybe you sell mobile phones, maybe you sell t-shirts, you can set a category against each collection in your store. If they are all the same, you can just go ahead on the first page and set the major category that covers the whole store. Under the integration section, you will find any integrations that we add into the Pixel Perfect app. This one is one-click upsell by Shopify, and if you wish to use this integration, you can enable it here and hit the save button. And also on the Shopify end, on the one-click upsell itself, you should enable it there. This integration works by passing control of the Pixel to one-click upsell. The reason for that is because one-click upsell runs an external checkout to Shopify. It is not hosted by Shopify and it is not on Shopify's domain. Therefore, the Pixel is split across two domains, and to accommodate that, one-click upsell take control of the Pixel and fire those events. We do not have any control of that, and we cannot support that because it's on one-click upsell's domain. The way the integration works is they will pass us data from a checkout, we will query Shopify and get the Pixel information that's needed, pass that information back to one-click upsell, and then they fire the Pixel. For that reason as well, you will not see those sales in the Pixel Perfect logs because they have not been fired by us and those events are not fired from Shopify. So you will not see one-click upsell events in the log. Anything else, you will. And we'll have a look at the log, and you can see all of the orders here, and you have a time and a date stamp, the amount of money, the gateway, whether it's worked or not, and you can view the event in more detail. So the purpose of these logs is to help you troubleshoot whether or not all of your purchase events are firing properly. Typically you will not see 100%, you'll only see sort of 75 to 80%. And there are many reasons for that. The customer can leave the site before the event happens, they can use an in-private browsing window, they could have opted out of marketing. There are many reasons why that be. But you can see the events here and you can follow the order numbers through to make sure it's roughly what you should see. 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're missing 6 here. And the reason we're missing 6 is because we have a physical store and that was a point of sale order. So you should see most of them, but you will never see all of them. Lastly, we have free training from Chris Blair. Chris Blair is a well-known marketer. He's an American that lives in Japan and he runs some very successful stores, and he runs various courses, free materials, some of it paid, and has 200 to 300 people that he provides direct training to. So Chris has put 16 videos up for us on the basic training that you'll need. They're absolutely free of charge. All you need to do is come into here, click the link and sign up for that training. It is absolutely free of charge. If you want to go beyond that, you can talk directly to Chris and you can sign up for some of his more advanced training. But all of the basics that you need to get you going are there and free from Chris. You can contact us directly at support@wiredup.com. That's WYRED-UP. Send us any questions, send us any emails. If we can help you out, we'd be absolutely happy to do that. You can also find our training channel on Teachable, and if you're watching this video, you already know where that channel is because it's hosted on Teachable. And from time to time, we'll put more advanced free training on how to use the app onto that channel. We hope you enjoy it. Please do contact us, leave us feedback, anything that we can do for you, changes you need making or any help you need, please do let us know. We're here to support you. We are United Kingdom based. I know most of you are in America or other time zones around the world. Please do bear this in mind, is because when you're mailing us, quite often we're in bed, or when we're mailing you, quite often you're in bed. So it can take us up to 24 hours to respond, but we always do the best we can.